Welcome to Denim-wrapped Nightmares, Tipsy Exchange podcast, where we explore the supernatural series, episode by episode.
Over drinks, we'll discuss the lore, the gore, and what we adore about the Winchesters and their adventures.
I'm Berly, and I'm a new fan of the series.
I'm LA, and I'm here along for the ride. Now let's get tipsy.
Hello, LA.
Hey, Berly. On the last episode, it was titled As Time Goes By. Sam and Dean are stunned when a man who claims to be Henry Winchester, their grandfather, suddenly appears in their hotel room demanding to know where he can find John Winchester. Henry has time traveled to stop a demon named Abaddon and was looking for John's help. Through Henry, Sam and Dean learn more about their father and the Winchester bloodline.
I looked at my notes after we recorded, and I actually made like a really insightful and sad note. And then I didn't bring it up at all when we recorded our last episode because I was too focused on my box joke, you know, real classy. But anyways, there's a scene where Henry starts whistling As Time Goes By, the song from Casablanca. And Dean's like, wait, what is that? Where do I know that? And he explains why. Henry said that he got that music box and he would play it for John when he was scared. And it would help him go to sleep. Dean said John whispered it all the time. And then he also said, I can't imagine that man ever being scared. Hello, if he was whistling that song all the time, he was scared. It was his comfort tool from when he was a child. So that means every time your dad was whistling that and you think he's strong, brave, Mr. Blah, he's actually scared in that moment. And that kind of broke my heart a little bit.
Yeah, that's sad.
Isn't that sad? But I was like, forget that. Let's talk about boxes.
Yeah, don't want to be sad.
I broke my own heart. I was like, I read that. And I was like, oh my God. He was scared. John was always scared. Oh, all right. Well, today's episode is titled Everybody Hates Hitler. It's the 13th episode of season 8 and originally aired on February 6th, 2013. The episode opens up. It's 1944, and we're in, what is it, Belarus? Is that how you say it?
I think it's Belarus.
Belarus? And
I always say Belarus, but I think it's
That's
Belarus.
what I was saying when we were watching the episode. I was like, Belarus. Belarus. No, that's what I was saying. Belarus. Belarus. But I think it's Belarus.
Yeah.
Anyway, we see a Nazi soldier going back to camp, and he gets off of his bicycle and is going into the camp. And the other Nazi soldier is like, oh, you're late. He was like, oop, I was with the shoemaker's daughter. And the Nazi soldier goes, oh, you asshole. I hope you get the clap. He can't light a cigarette. And we hear like these heavy footsteps. We don't see it yet.
The shadow.
It's like the shadow. Yeah. We hear the guy scream. And then he gets thrown into like the checkpoint Charlie where the other guy has gone into, the guy with the clap. And the guy with the clap sees him and is like, oh my God, he's dead. And this guy's dead. Like blood coming out of his head, eyes wide open, dead. This figure, we can assume, tears shit up. And we find out later on, he did, in fact, fuck all these people up.
Yeah.
Big time. We see this guy inside, and he has this giant bowl. He's pouring a mason jar of blood into the bowl. And I told LA at first, oh, he's making a demon call. He's making a demon conference call. And that's why he needs so much blood and such a big cauldron. You know, Meg, her little cauldron cup was just for one-on-one. This is obviously a big team meeting, and he's pouring this blood in here. That's not what was happening.
No.
Nuh-uh.
But I mean, it made sense.
Yeah, it did it.
Totally.
He's doing some fancy spell of some sort. And the commandant, isn't that what they were calling him? He's the commandant?
Oh, was it? Wow, I don't remember that.
So we're seeing this guy on the radio, and he's telling everybody what other people are saying about this beast that's coming to get them. And we're hearing all these crazy noises as this figure is smashing its way through the camp, trying to get to the commandant. He finally smashes in the door, and we now see him, that he's like this huge dude, and they're shooting him, like, pa, 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 and nothing's happening. He's just like, fuck.
He just keeps going.
Yeah, what bullets? Like, doesn't even swat them away. Just stands there, lets them do their thing before he goes in and smashes through stuff. And then the commandant finishes his spell and, like, goes up in flames. And the whole house, the whole room starts to catch on fire. But we did see there was this suitcase that was apparently a fireproof suitcase somebody threw something in the suitcase and shut it. And so we saw the suitcase fall to the floor. And this is where they hid the red ledger that we find out about later in the episode. We flash forward to present day, and we're in Lebanon, Kansas. Sam and Dean pull up to, it looked like a plant, like a processing plant or a water plant or an electricity plant. I don't know, plant of some sort. Giant building with like smokestacks coming out the top. What would you call that door? I would say vault door, but it's outside, so not a vault.
Yeah.
That big door.
Yeah.
And they play with Henry's box. And it's like a puzzle box. And they get the key. They go and open the door, and they find the Men of Letters bunker with all the spells and everything. It was so cute.
I loved it.
I thought it was adorable.
I kept thinking, I wish this was like their headquarters going forward in the seasons, but I know it won't be. But I wish it was.
I think it's going to be.
For all of the seasons?
I mean, I don't know about all of the seasons.
Right.
But I would think for a little bit, just because it seemed like such an elaborate set.
I hope so.
And they have all that stuff there.
Right, that's what I was thinking. I mean, they've got all the information that from the Men of Letters in there, everything they were researching. Mm-hmm. Why not stay there? And I mean, it had great water pressure.
Apparently.
Dean walking around in his robe after showering there.
Yeah. I mean, we know that good things don't last long for these boys, so I imagine something's going to happen where they'll have to leave for some reason.
Yeah.
But just it seemed like such a detailed set with that library, and Sam's taking on the job of cataloging stuff now. I imagine they're going to be here for at least a while.
Let's hope so.
Yeah, I would think so. But I loved it.
Yeah, me too.
Super cute.
Very kind of like Art Deco, too, a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, when they first walked in, like before they turned on the lights and everything, and I saw the subway tiles on the wall, I thought, oh, they're reusing the same set from season 6 when Crowley was torturing the alphas, and the same place where they did the spell to open purgatory, or they were trying to, where they blew up Raphael and stuff. You remember?
Yeah.
I thought it was that. And it was like that circular room too. So I totally thought that was that, which maybe it was, but the wrought iron, I think it was wrought iron, the fence railing. That's the word I was going for. That seemed much more intricate.
Yeah.
And
that's
detailed.
what made me think Art Deco, the design on it.
Very cool. And all the old equipment laying around. And in the library, did you see the Dewey Decimal little card stacks thing over by the door?
I didn't.
There's a little cataloging thing. I was like, oh, I remember those.
I love it. And they've got like a little study table. They've got their bar cart. They've got the record player going.
The library. Sam was so happy. And I loved that they just were like, we don't understand how there's water or how there's electricity. And Dean's just like, whatever. I don't care. File it under, like, if it ain't broke.
I mean, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Let's just enjoy it. What did Dean say? He said they found their bat cave.
Yeah.
I thought it was really cute. It was really cute. So over in Pennsylvania, we see an elderly man. He is walking into a library, and he apparently is a regular here because the librarian says, oh, I didn't think you were going to make it today. It was getting so late. The guy said something about how he had to change the bus line like 3 times to shake his tail today, basically. So he thinks he's being followed. And the librarian's just like, okay.
All right, crazy.
Sure you are. Sure you are. So he tells him, this is where I want to start today. And he reads off something to him, and the guy's like, all right. So he goes and gets stuff to him. I'm not sure how long he was at the library, but we do hear something be said later in the episode that he was apparently going there every day from open until close. So he was going through cataloging everything from a certain time period, I'm guessing, until he finds the red ledger. Well, he finds the red ledger on this day, and he's just like, holy shit, this is it. He goes to the librarian and tries to explain. This is really important. It has to be protected. I can't take it with me because I'm the one who's getting followed. And the librarian's like, no shit, you can't take it with you. This is an important reference material. Like, we have to keep this here. And like LA said, he's just thinking crazy old man.
Yeah.
And the old man knows it. He knows that he's thinking he's crazy. So he takes it into his own hands. We don't know what he does right away. Like, the way he was walking out of the library with his suitcase, I was thinking, oh, fuck, I guess he took it with him after all. But no, he didn't. He did not take it with him. We find out later that he swapped it with another reference material that was in the library. He runs over to a pub, and he makes a collect call. We don't know who he's calling, but he tells him, this is really important. When you follow my trail, follow me here, you're going to need this. And he starts to rattle off some code. We don't hear all of it while he's on the phone. He hangs up, turns around, and walks toward the window where his tail, the guy who's been following him, is just standing outside creepily staring through the window watching him. Just being annoying. I don't think this guy had hardly any lines throughout the entire show.
He had one before he died.
Right. So he's just staring through the window, and the rabbi starts taunting him, being like, why don't you come in? It's so cold and windy outside. Come on, come in here, motherfucker. Like taunting him, telling him come in. Well, then it was like he was heating up from the inside. The effect was really cool. It was like he burned from like the inside out. And you could even see when he started laughing, you could see the fire in his mouth. Did you see that? Mm-hmm. It was very cool. It was a very horrifying.
Yeah.
I have to say it was pretty badass that as he was dying, he was just laughing. He was just laughing, like being like, fuck you.
Yeah.
Because I think he knew he won. He knew that they weren't going to be able to find it by themselves at this point.
Yeah.
Putting a lot of faith in his grandson, which was undeserved. But luckily he got help. We got back to the bunker, and it's been a couple of weeks. Dean is coming back. He has just gone and scooped up Kevin. They've got him set up in his corner somewhere in this bunker. So I'm like, how many branches to the, can we get a blueprint?
I mean, it was a big place from the outside.
It seemed that big. That was my whole thing. The stairs, they came in through that vault door thing, right? They came down and went into that vault, and then they went downstairs. So I think they're actually underground. Mm-hmm. I don't think they're in that. I think the plant is, what's the word I'm trying to think of? Like a cover? Like a facade?
Like a decoy?
Yeah, a decoy. I don't think they're in the building. I think they're underground.
Okay. So, yeah, I could see
right?
that.
But still, I want to see a blueprint because he said, well, yeah, I put Kevin away. He's in his corner. Where's his corner? What's he doing? Is there another library? Is he just in...
He's in the corner.
There's a bathroom. We know that.
The corner.
He's in the corner.
He's in timeout.
He was just off to the side. We couldn't see him in his little corner over there. Yeah. But anyway, I love that they went and scooped him up because this is supposed to be the safest place on the fucking planet, right?
Right.
Why would they not have him there instead of on Garth's houseboat?
It sounded like you said Earth's houseboat.
Yeah, Garth said hi, by the way.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, we did hear that anyway. So Sam tells Dean that he's been going through everything, trying to find who like the affiliates were to the Men of Letters, essentially. The Men of Letters, obviously, they got null and void for whatever reason. Oh, I did forget to say that. Whenever they came in, like literally cigarettes, half-drank coffee, it really does look like they just dropped everything and ran out one day for some reason. So I think that's a mystery that hopefully we'll get to know about before the end of the season. Sam's going through all this stuff, and he found... what was it? The Judah Initiative, which was a team of rabbis who essentially were saboteurs. I love that. Fucking love that. This little group of rabbis. And they had somebody who had just joined when he was 17 and had just passed away. And guess who it was, guys?
Who?
Oh my God, it was Rabbi Bass, the badass who laughed while the gross Nazi necromancer caught him on fire.
Wait a minute. Did you say he was dead at 17?
No, he joined the Judah Initiative at 17.
Right. Okay. I thought you said, and then he died.
2 weeks previously. No, he was like, how old did they say he was? In his 70s, I think they said, right?
I think he's in his 80s.
Maybe older? Okay. Not relevant, but he joined the Judah Initiative when he was 17. He was young when he joined. They're just kind of justifying that it's an old secret society, just like Men of Letters.
Okay. It just confused me. I thought you said he was 17 when he joined and then he died.
2 weeks ago.
Oh, I didn't hear that part.
Oh,
okay. I just heard that you said he died, and then like it kept going, and I was like, wait a minute, what?
I might not have finished the thought, to be honest. I don't know what I said, but he died 2 weeks ago.
I thought you were thinking of how they reanimated people, and I was like, well, he's not reanimated. Wait a minute.
Well, that wasn't the Judah Initiative. They didn't do that.
Right. I know. I'm just saying, like, I was confused. Okay.
Anyway, back in Pennsylvania, Sam and Dean are on the case. They are investigating the death of Rabbi Bass because spontaneous combustion sounded fucking weird, especially knowing that he came from a secret society. Sam is at the library asking to check out everything that Rabbi Bass had been researching. And I love it when that's when we found out. That's when the guy was like, that's a lot of shit. And Sam said, well, let's just cut it down to the last day he was here. He goes and he looks at what was supposed to be the Red Ledger, and instead it's a book about bird migration. Sam's very confused. Dean is at the bar interviewing witnesses who saw him spontaneously combust, and they're describing it. And yeah, it was not natural. They're like, no, there was nothing normal about that. He was kind of crazy, but this was fucking weird. While Dean is talking to them, he sees a man come walking up with a cocktail and just staring at Dean. He just kind of smiles and waves at him. Dean is very confused. He finally goes over and confronts the guy after talking with the witnesses. It's like, hey, you following me? Like, this is like the second or third time I've seen you since I've been here. What's up? And the guy says, oh, like I thought we had a thing earlier.
We had a moment.
Yeah. I thought we were flirting. Maybe after you were done with your meeting, we could, spend some quality time together.
I like, as the guy's saying that, Dean's slowly taking back his badge.
I forgot he had slapped his badge on the counter. And then he's all like being timid, being like, no, like it's not a meeting. It's a federal investigation. I'm investigating. The guy was just like, okay, my bad.
He really threw him off hitting on him.
Right. Well, I mean, Adam Rose is adorable. Like he's adorable and he's got a nice little butt on him. If he was hitting on me, I probably would have been a little flustered too. I think he's a cutie patootie. I like it. Dean calls Sam and tells him that he thought he was being followed, but it was just a gay thing. Not to worry about it. Sam, on the other hand, is being followed. Yes. So they have very quickly, they're very succinct and to the point, these boys, very efficient with their conversation. And I loved the whole, oh, that would explain why there's something on my shoe. Or I have something stuck to my shoe. I was like, oh my God, I love that. They rendezvous at a certain point where Sam, he's like pretending to get in the trunk or something, while Dean, who is parked there, is hiding and looking around, and he spots Sam's tail crunched over in the bushes watching him. So he goes over to confront the guy, and it's the golem. We don't know he's a golem yet, but he stands up. And how tall do you think he was? I want to say he was taller than Jared Padalecki.
Yeah.
7 foot, you think?
I don't know. I was wondering if it, like, is that he really that large, or did they make it look like that?
I think so, because I think that's the same actor who played Mr. Hyde in the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
Oh, that's why you asked me?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Did you bring your phone up here?
No.
The one time I needed it.
You have a computer.
You're a computer.
I wish.
John DeSantis is the actor's name.
But to your point, I was at one point when the boys are standing there and we see their backs and they're facing him. Mm-hmm. That's what I was thinking, that Jared's so tall, but then he's almost a half a head taller than him.
I think they might have had lifts in his shoes too. He's 6'9".
Oh, okay. Yeah. So
I feel like he was a little more than 5 inches taller than Jared, but maybe not. And I got to see if he was in it. Okay. Well, I actually don't see League of Extraordinary Gentlemen on his IMDb, but he's 6'9".
Okay.
Dean's face as he like goes from that crouching position to stand, she's like, holy shit. The golem throws Dean into the side of the Impala so hard that the window shatters.
I wonder how many times they've had to change, like get those
windows replaced.
Yeah.
Like, do they have a guy, like a regular guy that they take the car to?
They must.
Sam goes running over to try and check on Dean, and clearly he's out of it. He's dazed. Like, he didn't get knocked unconscious, but he sure as fuck got the sense knocked out of him there for a second. Then the golem comes over, and Sam runs to the trunk and gets, I think it was a machete, and goes to swing it, and the golem just holds up his arm to block him, and it cuts into his arm. It was like Play-Doh, like clay. You know, the way, I thought that was a cool effect. The way they had, whenever he hit the arm, it was essentially like a slab of clay.
Yeah. Very
cool. The golem grabs Sam by the neck, lifts him up off the ground. Aaron comes around the corner, is like, stop, put him down. And so he does. And they're like, what the fuck is that? And he's like, it's a golem. He's my golem. My buddy and me.
But also, the guy who had been following the rabbi was actually following the golem watching Sam, too.
Yeah, he's following all of them now, too. So their tails had a tail, and they didn't know it. And also, Aaron is the same guy who was in the bar. Dean even tells Sam, like, he's my gay thing.
He was my gay
thing. He takes them back to his place because, of course, good move, Aaron. I would have taken them back to my place, too.
Well, yeah.
And lets them know that he's Aaron Bass and that the rabbi they're investigating is his grandfather, and that the golem was actually left to him by his grandfather, and he does not know how to take care of it. He does not know what to do. He cheated his way through Hebrew school. He's just like, I don't fucking know, man. My grandpa used to tell us all these stories whenever I was younger, and we just thought it was his crazy stories, just his way of coping with the very real atrocities that he witnessed in his youth.
And the golem also is very frustrated with him. He is not taking charge.
I loved their relationship. I loved their chemistry. I want to read a rom-com alternate universe about them. I loved them. Whenever we get to our door, oh my God. I love it. I love it. I love it. So cute. Anywho, we find out that Grandpa Bass had been investigating the Thule Society of Nazi necromancers. He also tells them that before he died, he left him a voicemail message with this like crazy code that he hasn't been able to break. He doesn't know what it is. He reads it off. And of course, our smart Sammy understands immediately that this is reference numbers from, I think he said the Library of Congress.
Yeah, I think he did. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You know, time for a good old B&E. Let's go back to the library. Sam's like, oh, yeah, birds. Birds. I bet you that's where it is. Migrating birds. Let's go. They get to the library, and Sam runs up the stairs.
He was so excited to get up there. He was taking 2 steps at a time.
And the way he was running, I feel like his feet were a little wider apart than they needed to be because it seemed like he was kind of...
It was so like oddly dramatic. He's like, I'll be right back. And then he just
trots up the stairs.
It was so weird. It made me giggle.
I liked it. I enjoyed it. Even when the golem, we see the golem run up the stairs later, he does it more fluidly, more than Sam did. And he's got 5 inches on him at least. Okay. Sam goes upstairs and he finds the red ledger. There it is, where the bird book should be. And as he's looking at it, all of a sudden he gets like this little tink. You hear it come and he's like, ow.
You're like, blow dart.
Yeah. It was tiny little blow dart. As soon as it hits him, he like goes and reaches to take it out. But his skin was already, it was like going pink.
Purple.
And then purple.
Yeah.
It was like bruising, like very quickly. It was a very cool effect. And when they showed it later, it was like, holy fuck, that's gnarly. I really liked it though. I liked this special effect. It was done really, really, really well. And it's the dude who set the rabbi on fire, the Nazi necromancer guy. He tells him, yeah, like, thanks. You know, the rabbi led me here, but you took me all the way. Can Sam take you all the way, LA?
Yeah, I would hope so. One would hope.
I would hope that would be within his skill set.
I mean, I think it probably is. You know?
I think so too. Sam kicks one of the rolling carts at the guys and he runs and he's got the ledger and he gets to the staircase and he's yelling at the guys as he's coming down. So that's when the golem takes his turn to jog up the stairs.
I was actually impressed that Sam was still able to do all that after getting hit by that dart.
Right? Especially like it was seeing how quickly it started to affect him. I will say it spread pretty quickly and then it slowed down a little bit. But when they showed him later, like he was looking pale all around and it definitely had spread much further. The makeup or whatever they did was phenomenal. I really enjoyed this effect. Like, it's good. There's no more Nazi necromancers. Don't get me wrong. But that was a really cool effect. I would have liked to have seen it in later episodes, you know?
Hey, you never know.
Maybe somebody else gets that blow dart.
Yeah.
The golem goes upstairs, and I really liked it. He's looking through the stacks, trying to find the guy, and then he gets the little too. But of course, he's a golem, so he's just like, the fuck? And looks through the shelf and just punches through and grabs the guy and slams him up against the thing. When they're burying the body later, Dean said it felt like a bag of Legos. The guy was so fucked up from the golem. The golem just shattered him. So kudos for the guy for being able to get his last words out there before the golem snaps his neck. And I loved how the golem's tall and strong, right? He totally could have thrown that guy over his shoulder.
Nope, he dragged him.
No, he leaned over awkwardly so that he could drag that guy and drag him down every step. Like, he literally transported that dude in the most painful, uncomfortable way possible for that man. Good on you, Golem.
Right?
Good on you. I would have been thinking about speed and getting him back to the guys more quickly, but he was like, no, going to make sure that you just have as much pain as you possibly can. So they get down there, and he just reaches his hand down. The guy's whole top of his head fits in the golem's hand, and he just snaps his neck. What did the guy say before he killed him? Oh, long live the Thule.
Yeah.
Luckily, because he was who cast the spell that was affecting Sam and Aaron, Aaron got hit too by one of the darts.
Yeah, he got hit in the chest.
Yeah. And he was like, oh, like he got knocked the fuck out. And that's whenever Dean was like, hey, if you don't go get the guy who's doing these spells, we're fucked. I love that he dragged him down to be like,
See this guy?
see it? Got him. And then snapped his neck.
And we're done here.
Yeah. And it's like as soon as the neck snapped, the purple went away. And I was like, oh, I mean, good for y'all, but like that was cool. We cut to the Impala parked at, who knows, in the middle of the woods or something. Aaron comes to in the back seat and wakes up. He's like, what the fuck happened? And the golem says, the two guys, like they helped us and they're getting rid of the body. They're getting rid of that body. They throw it into a grave that they've dug. They pour gasoline all over it and catch it on fire, which, you know, necromancer, probably a good thing. Probably a good idea to completely destroy that body. And then Sam's like warming his hands over the fire.
It's like a campfire.
Like, this is nothing. They're just sitting there chit-chatting, and he's warming his hands. And Aaron is like, oh, my God, these guys are psychopaths.
That was good.
I thought it was funny. So they all go back to Aaron's place. Obviously, Aaron's not that scared of them. He's still like, come on, guys, let's all go back to my place and debrief. Let's talk more about these tools and everything. They're going through the Red Ledger, and the golem explains that it literally documents all of the experiments that the Thule were doing to people. They were taking Jewish people and trying to figure out how to reanimate somebody once they died. They actually did solve how to do it because in the back of the book, there was a list of everybody from the Thule Society who had died and been reanimated. So the blonde necromancer guy, we never really find out who he is, but apparently he was somebody who had been reanimated.
Torvald.
Oh, that's right. They did say, what is it? Give it to me again. Torvald. That's right. Yeah, Torvald. Yeah. So he did have a name.
Yeah.
Oh, well, fuck that guy. And then the commandeer. No. What? Commandant. He has been reanimated as well. And he finds out where they are because apparently Torvald texted him the address or something.
Didn't he say his ghost told him or something?
Oh, he said, no, he said that before Torvald's ghost could tell him where the Red Ledger was. Okay. He was like, good on you, good on you. And I was thinking, whoa, that was like a whole nother level of necromancy that I didn't think about. I was thinking of just like the dead body coming back to life. But no, you could summon his ghost and interrogate his ghost. But yeah, no, they're kicking in the door trying to find that Red Ledger. Sam's hiding place was under a bag.
I mean, he had to think quick.
I was like,
he didn't have time.
Would it not have fit under the fridge? I mean, somewhere?
I don't know.
But I'm getting ahead of myself. First, Golem explains to Sam and Dean that Aaron has not like taken ownership of him. And he's pissed about it because Aaron does not know how to do it. He knows nothing. I loved their fight earlier in the episode where he was like, he doesn't take the Sabbath. He dines on swine. And Aaron's like, everybody eats bacon. Cut me some slack, guy. I just loved their dynamic. I really did. It was like the odd couple. So we find out that Aaron's grandfather had actually left him a book that told him everything he needed to do. But he was like, it was an owner's manual for your own clay man. Like, I didn't think it was real. I didn't think it was important. And it had perfect papers for rolling joints. So, yeah, I smoked it. Okay, guys? I thought that was hilarious.
Yeah.
And also thought, no wonder the golem is so pissed.
Yeah.
The commandant shows up at their house and it's just like, yeah, give me the Red Ledger. And he's got his lackeys or whatever with him. And rah, 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 we're in here for the Red Ledger. And he says something, I don't know what it was, to the golem that just freezes him in place. I did not like it. I did not like seeing him like that.
Yeah.
And then he tells him, you know, like, give me you, or give me your power, or give me power over you. That's what it was. And he opens his mouth and this scroll falls out. And the commandant takes it and is like, yeah, dumbass, you write your name on this scroll. That's how you take ownership. And Aaron's like, I didn't fucking know that. Asshole. So they beat them up. They find the red ledger. And honestly, it took them way longer than it should have. But they do end up finding it. And while they're talking about how, yeah, like we've got this now and we've got what we need and fuck you guys, Aaron finally gets mad enough that he jumps up and has like a piece of wood from a broken table. I think it was from the table the golem broke earlier.
Yeah, I think so.
Which handy, and smashes it on the back of somebody's head, which gives Sam and Dean enough time to get their guns and take out the lackeys. And then the necromancer is there and is like, you can kill me, but you can't kill the Thule. And they're like, fuck you. Headshot, bang, bang.
Yeah,
and it was a cool shot from the back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2 holes in the back of the head.
Bop, bop. And they were like, well, that's cool. Like, okay, maybe we can't kill the Thule, but I can fucking start with you, asshole. Anyway, they go burn all the dead bodies because they've learned, the headshot isn't enough.
We don't need them coming back.
Yeah, if you don't get rid of them. But dead bodies, what did they say, 48 hours or something like that?
12 hours.
12 hours. They'll come back. They'll reanimate, which, what's that spell? No, I don't want to reanimate after.
Although, the death becomes her.
Yeah. That's such a good movie.
I love it.
So they come back, and Sam and Dean are like, okay, Aaron, what are you wanting to do with the golem? Like, we have somewhere safe that we could store him, they said. Ugh, that hurt my heart. They were like, we could store him somewhere safe if you want. And Aaron's like, no, this is like my birthright. This is my responsibility. I'm going to do what I should have done. And he puts his name on the scroll.
That scroll is adorable, by the way.
It was so cute. It was so cute. And he kept like a handy dandy, like he's like Cass. He keeps a pen in his pocket. And so he put his name on it. And he goes and he puts the scroll back in the golem's mouth. And the golem comes back to life. And he's like, I love you. And Aaron says, I love you too. And they embrace.
I don't remember that.
Okay, fine. He said the thing in Hebrew where he was like, take ownership or take lead. And Aaron goes, I thought I did. And he goes, you did. And then they embrace.
He's proud of him. I don't think they embraced.
Back at the bunker, Sam is cataloging everything in their library because they made copies from the red ledger. So I guess they let Aaron keep the red ledger.
Well, yeah, because he said he was going to finish his grandfather's work for the Judah
Oh,
Institute.
I missed that part.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. That's
Initiative,
right.
I'm sorry.
Judah Initiative. So Aaron is the new Judah Initiative. He's taking that on. I hope we get to see him in the golem again. I think we do because Adam Rose has done the convention sometimes, and they don't usually have one and done guest stars in the convention circuit. So I hope we get to see Aaron in the golem again. I liked them. And then Dean said, what? So Aaron's the Judah Initiative now, and you're the man of letters. And Sam doesn't really say anything. He just keeps documenting and doing his work. And then Dean brings Sam a drink and is like, good. And I was like, oh. And Sam seemed very pleased with himself at that point. So I liked it. And Dean just kind of kicked back and just kind of hung out with his brother while he did his work. It was very cute. Very cute episode. Okay, no surprise here. Written by Ben Edlund and directed by Mr. Kitchen Meat Cute, Phil Segresha. So no surprises there. This was just an adorable episode. Okay, so gore. I think the goriest thing was whenever the Commandant got taken out with the headshots.
That, and then when the golem first went into the room at the beginning, whatever he did to the guy, it didn't show his head, but just like blood dripping down.
Yeah, we saw him like he lifted him off the ground for sure. But yeah, we just saw rivers of blood running down his body. Yeah, that was cool. That was cool. Not a gory episode. I adored this episode, though.
I know you did.
Did you adore anything about it?
I liked all the Jewish tradition and stuff that they brought into it.
Agreed.
I love stuff like that. So.
And the Thule Society was a real thing, a real white supremacy Nazi related thing. So that was it's real lore. Obviously, we know that golems are real Jewish lore. We know that the ghettos and the Holocaust and all these things that happened. Like I loved that, but mostly I adored Aaron and the golem. Yeah. I thought they were so fucking cute. I loved their dynamic together. And I thought it was cute that they didn't keep everything exact. Like they were saying, according to lore, the golem shouldn't even talk. I'm so happy they had him talk because I loved his personality. No, it's not my place. Whenever Aaron kept telling him to tell him what to do, it was just like, oh.
I like the rabbi too.
Oh, at the beginning? Yeah, I liked him.
No, his grandfather.
Yeah, but I mean, he wasn't throughout the whole episode. We just saw him closer to the beginning, not the very, very beginning. The one who combusted into flames. Yeah, he was cool. So what about Lore LA?
Shocking. but we're going to be talking about golems.
Yay!
And I would like to say, before I get started, it's a very important point, that I hope that they get the golem some new clothes. Why is he wearing the same outfit as he was in 1944?
He deserves to be fancy.
He does. Maybe he wants some style for updated style, you know?
Yeah. Well, I mean, he did just wake up 2 weeks ago by the time they find him. I would like to see, okay, so I definitely want an episode in our reboot idea. I definitely want an Aaron and the Golem episode. Mm-hmm. Specifically, I want to see Aaron get the package from his grandfather. Because do you remember he said, I opened it up and there was this man in there and he just woke up and started freaking out. I would like to see that.
It would probably scared the shit out of me.
I would like to see I would like to see. And how did he accidentally awaken the golem? I would like to see all that.
Yeah.
Okay. Continue. Tell me about golems.
Well, we're going to be talking about the legend of the golem. The profound mystery surrounding the protector of Prague's Jewish ghetto. The year is 1590, and a large, shapeless, silent silhouette moves through the winding lanes of Prague's Jewish ghetto in the dark night. I feel like I'm telling a story.
It sounds like the opening to the episode already. Yeah. Different year, but you know.
It is neither man nor machine. The Prague golem, few in Prague are unfamiliar with the most famous Jewish legend about this artificial creature created of clay. The Jewish settlement had been an integral part of Prague ever since the Jewish merchant Abraham Ibn Yaquab decided it as a city of stone and lime in the 10th century. Over time, it became the largest Jewish ghetto in Europe, and the old Jewish cemetery is now one of the oldest monuments of its kind in the world. Ooh, I want to go there. During the Renaissance, under the reign of the famous Emperor Rudolph II, the legendary Rabbi Judah Loew ben Bezalel, also known as Rabbi Loew or the Maharal, worked in the Prague ghetto. For his time, he was unusually well versed in philosophy, religion, and the natural sciences, especially mathematics, astronomy, and astrology. He was the rector of the Talmudic school in Prague, appointed chief judge of the Jewish community, and chief rabbi. The legend of the golem is closely linked to him. As the story is told, one night, the rabbi heard a mystery voice commanding him to create an effigy of a man out of clay to thwart the evil intentions of the enemies of the Jewish people. Harnessing the power of water, fire, and air, he created the figure of the golem out of clay from the Vlatva River. He brought it to life by means of a shem placed in its mouth. Rise and walk, Rabbi Loew commanded the creature. Yosela has...
see, he named it. Why didn't... Aaron needs to name his golem.
I kept thinking that too.
Yeah, name it.
Yosele, as the rabbi named it, boasted enormous strength and did heavy chores, serving, fetching water from the well, and chopping wood, but could neither speak nor think about the assigned tasks. At night, the golem walked the streets, ensuring the safety of sleeping residents. It never ate, it never drank, it never needed rest. Rabbi Loew only removed the shem from the golem's mouth on Friday nights during the Sabbath, when no one is allowed to work according to Jewish tradition. One day, however, he forgot about the golem.
Oh no!
Real nice. And it quite literally lost its mind and started destroying everything in its way.
Oh my God, that's so funny, because remember him being like, and I loved how he was just constantly pacing in front of the windows and all.
Doesn't need rest.
Oh, I love this.
News of the golem's rampage was allegedly brought to the rabbi by several Jews, just as Loew was in the synagogue and the worshippers were singing Psalm 92. The rabbi interrupted the service and hurried to remove the shem from the golem's mouth, for the creature only obeyed the one who had created him and held the shem. The golem became immobile and transformed back into a dead pile of clay.
Oh no.
When the rabbi returned to the synagogue, Psalm 92 was sung again. Since then, this psalm has always been sung twice in Prague's Old New Synagogue. Interesting. It's nice they all waited for him to come back.
Right?
Legend also has it that the golem was never brought to life again, and Rabbi Loew deposited its remains in the attic of the Old New Synagogue. Access to the attic was forbidden. The staircase was torn down, and for countless centuries, few people dared to go there. If you look closely at the synagogue from Paritska?
You want me to Google it?
Yeah, that's a toughie.
Let's see here. John DeSantis height. He is 6'9". I want to see him on the show again. Oh my God, there's a cute little picture of him and Adam, and he's like got his arm around him, and they're just smiling at the camera.
Aww.
That's so cute. Oh my God. Oh my God. I love them so much.
Parishka.
If you look closely at the synagogue from Parishka Street, you will see a small door leading to the attic and only a few step brackets leading to it at some height. Another legend says that the golem was stolen from the attic and buried in the old Jewish cemetery in Ziskov. I like that it's called the Old New Synagogue. The Old New Synagogue is
That's what I'm going to call myself whenever I, like on my 50th birthday.
Yeah,
I'm the old new.
Yeah.
I'm going to make some changes, y'all. But also, I'm not at the same time.
Just call me the Old New.
Just call me old new.
I like it. Okay. The Old New Synagogue is one of the oldest preserved Jewish monuments. It dates back to the 13th century and is the oldest surviving synagogue north of the Alps. According to one legend, stones from the original Temple of Jerusalem were used for its construction. It is no wonder that the building, which has survived the centuries and countless disasters that occurred around it, was considered something extraordinary and miraculous. That's what I'm going to say about me. You're old new, I'm extraordinary.
You're extraordinary, miraculous. Okay.
Okay. It also survived the late 19th century Prague sanitation when the ghetto was demolished and replaced by the wide and spacious boulevards of today's Parishka, Mazalova, and Soroka streets. Rabbi Lowe's house also stood in today's Soroka Street until 1897. It bore the mark of a lion, which also adorns his tombstone in the old Jewish cemetery in the old town. It can also be identified by the scraps of paper and small stones placed upon it, with the belief that the rabbi will grant the inscribed wishes.
Huh.
The legend of the golem fascinated and continues to fascinate writers, in particular Franz Kafka, Egon Erwin Kisch, Gustav Meyrink, and Nobel Prize winner Elie Wiesel have all written about it.
Add Ben Edlund to that list.
Oh, yes, there you go.
I wonder if this was intended to be the same golem.
I mean, it sounds like it.
Right? Because remember when he spit out the scroll and Aaron went to add his name to it? The last name on there was his grandfather, but there were names before that.
In his book, The Prague Cemetery, Umberto Eco chose the old Jewish cemetery as the place where 13 of the most prominent rabbis from around the world meet over Rabbi Lowe's grave every 100 years. Let's see who else portrays this legend in the future.
Guess what, guys? I really liked this episode.
Are you sure? I couldn't tell. I just kept wondering.
Also, guess what, guys? I really hope we see Aaron and the golem again.
We know.
In the future. Quote to close it out was whenever Aaron and the Winchesters were kind of giving each other's backgrounds. Aaron said, "So your grandfather was into all this supernatural stuff too?"
And Dean says, "Yeah, grandparents, mom, dad, truckload of cousins. The whole family was lousy for it. But we never had a golem."
Nope. Cheers.
Cheers.
Thank you for listening to Denim-wrapped Nightmares.
Follow us on Twitter or Instagram, leave a review, and let us know how we can get involved in the fandom.
This was fun, jerk.
It always is, bitch.